Start the record. All right. Good afternoon and welcome to today's class. And then previously, we have talked about a lot of things already as it concern forex trading. We have introduced what forex trading is. We have talked about who trades the market, what is. In fact, we have covered all the W's, what, why, who, and whom. And as it concerns forex trading and want to fly as much as possible so that we'll get into the big business of the day, which is technical analysis. And I trust that by next week, we'll enter technical analysis where we'll start playing with charts, patterns, and everything that concerns forex trading. However, uh,
Okay.
however, our plans for today, let's trust that we'll complete everything. We'll be looking at trading sections today. Trading
Okay.
session today. So that is the plan for today. So now the question is, what is trading session? So basically, we uh, trading session. These are the various sessions where you can enter the market and decide to do whatever you want to do in the market. So these are trading sessions of the market, and basically we have a four trading session. We have the Tokyo session, we have the Sydney session, we have the New York session, and then we have the London session. So, like I said, trading sessions. And so the forex market can be broken up into four major trading sessions. So I've already mentioned in the Sydney session, the Tokyo session, the London session. So all of these sessions they are all demarcated and separated by time, depending which of the time is best suitable and perfect for your trading. We like we said, Forex is the largest financial market in the world, and it is traded globally. So
Yeah.
it's not a market where location affects. So whether you're in Nigeria, whether you are in Africa as a whole, or whether you are in Asia or North America, anywhere you are in the world, with the knowledge you've gathered, you in forex market, you can trade the market anywhere in any part of the world. So that is why we have sessions of the market. So you just need to align yourself with the time, the calendar of where you are, so that you know when you can enter the market. So yes, it is true that forex market is open 24 hours a day, but that doesn't mean it's always active the entire day. So what this means is, I remember clearly when we started the class the first time, we you clear the point that forex market is traded 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So in as much as we state that, it means that there are times when the market is most active, and you will want to trade when the market is most active, when there are much buyers in the market buying and when there are much sellers in the market. So you wouldn't want to trade the market when buyers are leaving the market or when sellers are leaving the market. So these are the less active time. Even though you see make profits, but then the movement of the market tends to slow a bit this period of time. So but this is so that is it. So, looking about or talking about the trading sessions, and I say we have the London, the New York, the Sydney, and the Tokyo session. So, from my chart here, we see that the London session starts by 8 a.m. in the morning. And this is Nigerian time, and it runs down to 3 p.m. So, uh, apparently from 3 p.m. Sorry, from 1 p.m. down to 3 p.m. the market in a way is the London people are kind of leaving the market gradually. The market is kind of winding down in a way. Then the New York session, the New York session ideally starts from 2 p.m. From 2 to 2 p.m. It runs till 5 p.m. This is the active trading time, then the Sydney session, then the Tokyo session. So the Sydney session and the Tokyo session, these are the session that runs over the night. For those of us in Africa, Nigeria precisely, Sydney
Yeah.
session, this Sydney and the Tokyo session is time you might probably be sleeping in the night. So while you're sleeping in the night, the market activity is still going on. Still going on. While you're waking up early morning, market has already begun. The activity is ongoing. However, depending what you do, how you plan yourself. Some people do 9 to 6, 9 to 5 work, and so they might say, "Why I'm working, why I'm using the day to work, let me use night to trade." So whichever time, whichever one works for you, is really really perfect. Forex market is open 247 and 5 days a week, anytime, any day. So this is just a time zone for you to mark your calendar and know, okay, so as I'm going into this journey, as I want to become a Forex trader, as I decided to go into to acquire these skills. So now, what do I want to do? Do I want to become a full-time trader like us, as there is a full-time trader, or do I want to use Forex as my part-time job? Or so this is just the time for you to plan yourself. And then there there is something called interlapping. So interlapping is where two sessions of the market meet together. And this is the most active time. So for us, if you check the London and the New York session, most times, most people, including me precisely, will trade main actively from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now, why do we trade that time? Because um, this is the time where the market is most active. So let's have let's have this kind of trying to let me get my drawing tools. So let's see something like this. Let's draw something like this. So
This is a Venn diagram now.
yes, this is a Venn diagram for the mathematical student or engineering student, those that have a mathematical experience. So this shaded region, we can call this shaded region the interlapping section. Now this is where you move from session one
The London.
to session two. So these two markets meet themselves at this middle. So as they meet themselves at this middle, it means that there are lots of trading activity going on here. Lots and lots of trading activity is ongoing here. Funds pumps into the market there are lots of buyers and there are lots of sellers. Remember, what we buy and sell in this market is currency. So there are lots of people who are willing to trade um, this market at this point in time. So it is best advised depending and now on you now yourself and your time, the best time to trade. So this is the best time to trade. So that's why we call it the interlapping session. Okay. So
Yeah,
where the London session, the New York session, the Sydney session, and the Tokyo session. So these are the three main trading sessions. Even though some persons may want to add the fifth one, which is not globally recognized in the industry. So these are the key recognized sessions in the industry: the London session, the New York session. So it is best advised that you plan yourself, and then in our previous class, we have already talked about the the major pairs and the major countries that participate in this industry. So you can see that in the London session and the New York session, these are the key countries, the Eurozone and the US country. So this is the key time for you to actively participate in the trading session of the market. Okay. So away from that, the other things I needed to talk about today again is analysis and types of analysis. So, but then before we move into that one, I just want to clear up this thing about this trading session. So, historically, the forex market has three peak trading sessions. historically have three key trading sessions. So traders often focus on one of the three trading periods rather than attempt to trade the markets 24 hours a day. So, like I said, me, we are we have chosen to trade Forex as a course, as a life, as a hobby. So we learned the skill and we've taken it as a full-time job. So even as we have decided to take it as a full-time job, it doesn't also mean that for 24 hours in a day we'll be on the screen trading the markets. It doesn't mean that. It means that we'll choose the best time to trade and the best time to leave. We have just learned about the interlapping session. Now, even at we have also learned that what we may just decide to say this is our best trading time. So we'll just trade 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. West African time, Nigerian time. After trading that time, we are done for the day. We'll pack up our trading tools and go back and do our other activities. You get so it is also so um for you also you could also decide on which of the sessions. So this is known as the um, Forex three session system. Okay. All right. This session consists of the Asian, European, and North American session, which are also called Tokyo, London, and New York session. So if you see the first one, we represent it with talking about Asia, European, and the North America. Now, you could decide to say, okay, let me represent it by country. You could decide to say, okay, let me not represent the countries by by country. Let me represent it another way around. But whichever way you want to represent the countries, the trading session, just choose the best time that favors you. One, two, choose the best time when there is a lot of liquidity in the market, when there are lots of buyers and sellers in the market. Choose the time that will best favor you. So long you be trading your own, so long you have your capital, you wouldn't want to put your capital in the market and forget it. The key essence of learning every skill is so that that skill can feed you and take care of you and foot your bills and make you responsible and live well. That is the key essence of learning or acquiring any skill whatsoever. Even those that go to school, the main reason why they go to school is so that they will stand out in the society. So that with what they've learned, they could stand out in the society. So it is also with this skill we are acquiring today so that it can help us stand out also in the society and among our equals. So that we will not beg, so that we will live well. Get? So away from that, we now move down to analysis. Now, when we talk about analysis, the general term of analysis is give me data. Let me let me let me look at the data and postulate what the future will look like. That is in a layman's understanding. Picking of raw information, picking raw data, and then using that raw data to postulate what the future will look like. So it is exactly the same thing we do in the forest market. Now, forest market has a whole lot of data and information, has whole lot of data. So if you look at in mathematics, there's something they taught us back then, even in the engineering field. Let me use engineering. No, let me use mathematics for better understanding. We have types of data. We have the group data, we have the ungroup data. Generally, when you gather all the information, they come in a raw state, which is called ungroup. So you've not tallied them, you've not arranged them and said, okay, for instance, we have a hall full of 1 million persons. So we don't even know the number of persons there, but then you just know that there are this hall is filled with people. So now when you start grouping them, you can now say, okay, firstly, all the male on my right, all the female on the left, first grouping. Second grouping, okay, on the male side, from the ages of 0 to 10, come this way. From the ages of 10 to 19, come this way. From the ages of 20 to 30, come this way. Now, what you are doing, you are grouping them. You are grouping them. Now, you are trying to do in data analysis, you're trying to do what is called sorting. You're trying to arrange the data, to sort out the data, to know which data will be more relevant to you. So we could also say in a medical field, gather some data, and they will not tell you this data gathered from this medical field. It shows that in a year, 1 million persons visited the hospital. And out of this 1 million person, it shows that there are 58 males and there are 42 females. In this female, in this analysis, it also shows that there are this number of sicknesses and this number of sicknesses. It shows so these are already analyzed data. In the case of the hospital, this is already an analyzed data that you are looking at. Now, the whole of all these things I've said is that there are two types of data: the analyzed data already, and the data that comes in a raw form. Now, looking at this one, I will now move to what is called now picking up these data, sorting them out, arranging them is we call analysis. Also, it is the same way also with the forex market. You pick data from sites, you pick data from countries, you pick data from using what is happening in a particular country. For instance, the war happening between Israel and Iran, the war happening between this and this. They just concluded the 2024 US election. These are all data, these are all informations. The economic condition of Nigeria, the economic condition of Africa as a whole. Oh, Nigeria just celebrated the launching of its refinery by Dangote. These are all information. So now, how would this information affect the economic state of the country? How are the people, how are the masses responding to these informations? Now, these are analysis. This is you now as an economist. You now start to analyze the data you have gathered. Firstly, you gather the data, and secondly, you start to analyze the data. Now, the good thing with the forex market is we have tools that helps us to analyze the market. So it is also with other platforms as well. They have tools they use in analyzing the market. Then, having said that, we'll now move straight to types of analysis. So basically, in the forex industry, we have three types of analysis. Number one, we have the fundamental analysis. Number two, we have the sentimental analysis. And number three, we have the technical analysis. Now, fundamental analysis, everything I've just said, talking about news, talking about the war, talking about the economic state of a country. This one happens today. This one happens tomorrow. Oh, did you read the news? You see it on your television for more than 5 hours. You are listening to CNN, you are listening to BBC News, you just tune into NTA, just tune into your local channel, you're listening to news, you're trying to get information, you're trying to stay up to date. Oh, you're walking on the street, the radio is on your ear, and your earpiece is connected to your best radio station and you're listening to what is happening and you just heard, oh, and those going to this particular location, an accident just occurred right now. So please take the next available flight to so place. If you're going towards that direction, please change your route, take this, take this. These are all fundamental information. These are called fundamental analysis. Now, fundamental analysis has to do with news. Now, this is um, uh, an information. This is an information coming from news. And in the forex market, there's something called forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com. Now, this is where you get the major news as it concerns the forex market. You get news as it concerns the forex market. We call it forexfactory.com. So in this place, when you go here, you see all the economic calendars of the year. You see the things that's about to happen. You see the news, the one that has happened, the one that is forthcoming, the one that is you just see all of um, the news listed. Yes, you just see all of the news listed and you read. Now, when you read, for instance, you may just hear that the US election is in 5 days. This is fundamental analysis. You now read that if the actual is greater than the forecast, it means the currency is good. The 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 US dollar is strong to compete with other currency. You now hear that, okay, the economic uh, there is a war that broke out in Iran today. The Israel, the Russia just sent one bomb to Iran country, and you now read all of the thing that is happening. Now say, okay, because of this, this is what has happened. Okay, now this is now on one part. The other part of it is now when you log into forexfactory.com, um which okay, I don't know if we should go into it today, if we should look at it also. And when you log into forexfactory.com, can you still see my screen? Can you still see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Are you there? So this is this is forexfactory.com as I was mentioning earlier. So when you logged into forexfactory.com, this is all of the news that is happening. So today, let's refresh the page so we'll get the latest of the information. I've already checked it today. We don't have any news today. The but for the week, we have some news lining up for the week. So why is loading? So today is Monday. Today is Monday,
Yeah.
Monday 18th. You now see the time is 2 p.m. So we had only one news for 2:05 a.m. The news has already come and gone. Now, when you open the news, what is the news about? See, Bank of Japanese government, Ueda speaks. So he is to speak today at that particular time. Now, when you open the news, you now see they say, what is the effect? The decision due to speak at a meeting with business leaders in Nagoya, Bank of Japan source. Now, speaker, BOG Governor Kazuo Ueda. So this is who is speaking. The more Now this is the effect of the news. More hawkish than expected is good for the currency. Okay, so you now read the details of the news, and then it continues like that. So for a news concerning the USA, you might see that this particular person, Powell want to speak today. I say if Powell speaks today, then there is what is called previous data. If you come here, you see details, you see actual, focus, and previous. Then you have the graph. I don't know if
Okay.
can you see my cursor? Now, some will tell you if actual is
I can see that.
greater. If actual is greater, now for instance, we have also euro coming up later on by 7:30 p.m. today. And when you open it also, they will tell you if actual is
Okay.
greater than focus, it means depending on the news that is coming, it means it is good for the currency. Now, if it is good for the currency, it means that buyers will go in. into the market. Now, if it's
Okay.
bad for the currency,
Okay.
it means sellers will come in into the market. Now, these are different types of
Okay.
analysis. So we'll go into fundamental analysis in details, more detail, where we will open this particular forexfactory.com and dissect it very well. Well, however, let's proceed to other types of analysis.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So the next type of analysis is called sentimental analysis. Sentimental analysis is how people
Okay.
react to um, people react to the news. That is just more about the sentimental
Okay.
analysis. How people react to the news that's come up. Oh, you heard that just on the 5th of this month, we had the US election. On the 5th of this month, we have the US election. So now, the
Yeah.
question is how did people react to that news? Now, because Trump won that election, you saw how everything in a way started stabilizing. Price of dollar went up immediately. That price started stabilizing. Gold that was skyrocketing all of a sudden started selling. People started selling up their gold. See, the price of gold started
Good.
coming down immediately. Another currency. So it is also with any currency that is paired against the US dollar. You know, as we discussed earlier on, currencies, forex is traded in pairs. So anything traded against the US dollar started
Yeah.
selling immediately, but the major pairs started flying, skyrocketing, going up. So this is more of sentimental analysis. Now, talking about the technical analysis, this is where you use the tools available for analysis. Use your tools like the horizontal line, you use your technical indicators, you use your trend lines, use your Fibonacci, use all of these things to say, okay, based on all the histories of data I've collected in the previous past, based on where price got to at this particular point in time, based on the histories I've calculated, I've gathered, I can ask, okay, from this time to this time, price will get to this point. From here to here, price will get to this point. So what you're doing using those tools and information is called technical analysis. You are basing your analysis strictly based on technicals, not fundamentals, not sentimentals. So you're just judging your analysis based on technical. So technical and fundamental comes into play most times, more than even the sentimentals, comes into play most times in the market. So this is where we will stop in our class for today. Next time, on the next class, we'll enter the key technical analysis. Everything we'll be doing in the forex market will be based on this technical analysis and fundamental analysis. We'll just talk a little about sentimental, but our key analysis. So from next time, we'll not be looking at the charts. I'll stop doing, I'll start presenting using presentation slides. Now go into fully what the analysis looks like. We use all the tools available. We use all the news available as a, or then we analyze the market. So I will have to stop my recording here and then give room for question. So,
Okay. Oh.
so we have 5 minutes left, sir. If you have questions,
Oh.
you can ask.
No question for now.
Okay.
No question for now. I think these ones are quite